You should join us tonight. And don't tell me you have nothing to wear, because you could wear this.
Broadway fans have been waiting more than 20 years for a film adaptation of the beloved musical Wicked, which serves as a prequel to the events of The Wizard of Oz. If you watch closely, there are plenty of surprises in store for fans. We've picked the best ones. MGM released The Wizard of Oz in 1939. In honor of the release year, Universal replaced their current logo with a redrawn version of their own vintage logo. They also changed the Wicked logo for the film. The opening title sequence pays tribute to The Wizard of Oz by mimicking the film's original black and white sequence.
Jon has done something really clever with what we do to come into the movie. That's an Easter egg. I can't spoil it for you because I want you to see it. But it's a beautiful beginning to this movie.
The next Easter egg is a quick flash of Dorothy, the Tin Man, Lion, and Scarecrow returning to the Emerald City on a yellow road. We only see them for a moment as we then go back to the start of the story when Elphaba and Glinda first meet at school.
You're green.
I am.
As the opening sequence continues, we see over 9 million tulips in the Field of Oz. They're planted strategically in the color of the rainbow in a nod to the original Wizard of Oz song, Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
But there's some new musical Easter eggs, okay? 2 I'm going to tell people to listen for. Okay. Very beginning of the movie, when the kids are running through the field to announce the death of the witch, listen to that. And there's a scene where Fiyero and Elphaba rescue the lion cub, and they're riding bikes, and they put the lion cub in a basket. Listen to that.
If we take a look at who is running through the field, we get to see the first glimpse of the citizens of Munchkinland. They're swinging a bell celebrating the Wicked Witch's demise as a nod to the original Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead.
Good news! The witch! She's dead!
According to director Jon M. The Munchkins differ from the Wizard of Oz and were modeled after Ethan Slater.
I remember I came in and they were like, we're not 100% sure what the Munchkins are going to look like. We are thinking maybe red hair with freckles and brown eyes, and everything else can be anything. It's a diverse group of Munchkins. I was like, do you mean like what I look like? And they're like, yeah, something like that.
Fans of the musical might have missed Elphaba's full name in the stage show, but we get her last name in the film, Elphaba Throp. Gregory Maguire, author of the Wicked novel, named Elphaba after the initials of L. Frank Baum, the Wizard of Oz author, to create LFB, Elphaba. Elphaba's sister, Nessa Rose, later known as the Wicked Witch of the East, is gifted a pair of bejeweled silver shoes that Dorothy will eventually wear with their own tribute to the original film. Costume designer Paul Tazewell added a tornado shape in the spoke of the heel as a wink to the twister that brought Dorothy from Kansas to Oz. We also spotted a pair of bejeweled red heels that Glinda presents during Popular as a wink to Dorothy's red shoes.
Welcome, new students, to Shiz University. Miss Elphaba, you can room with Miss Glinda.
Once students arrive at Shiz University, we meet Madame Morrible, played by Oscar Award winner Michelle Yeoh. Madame Morrible's magic power includes the ability to control the weather, so her hair and makeup team styled her hair off the shape of clouds.
Our paths did cross. At school.
And there are Easter eggs scattered all over Shiz. In the library scene, the ladders were designed to rotate independently from the wheels, creating the illusion of an O and a Z in the architecture, making the word Oz. How can we forget Judy Garland's beautiful song, Over the Rainbow?
Somewhere over the rainbow.
While Elphaba is running through a field singing The Wizard and I, she leaps into the air with a rainbow in the background. There's even a flock of bluebirds, a direct nod to the famous lyric, Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. We even get to see Oz's famous poppies. While the flowers aren't mentioned in the stage production, we see the origin of the poppy's sleep spell when Elphaba's enchantments put an entire classroom of students to sleep. We also see several moments that reference the version of the Wicked Witch of the West that is well known in pop culture, like this hand shadow. There are nods to her iconic theme song,
This Wicked Witch,
and her infamous bicycle.
They rescue the lion cub. There's something that happens with that lion cub and the way that they rescue him and the vehicle that they use that I think is a wonderful little nod to the original movie.
This is a nod to Margaret Hamilton's portrayal of the Wicked Witch as her Kansas counterpart Elmira Gulch riding her bike with Toto in a basket. And remember this scene?
Look what you've done! I'm melting! Melting!
Historically, the Wicked Witch's true nemesis is water. When it starts raining in the film, Madame Morrible shields Elphaba from the drops, mentioning that she shouldn't get wet.
Come with me. What?
To meet the wizard.
I couldn't possibly. This is your moment. I'm coming.
When Elphaba and Glinda finally make their way to the Emerald City, we pick up a few friends along the way. The original Broadway Elphaba and Glinda, Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth, make an appearance during the musical number One Short Day. The two actors portrayed the characters on Broadway from 2003 to 2005, earning Menzel a Tony Award for Best Actress in a Musical and Chenoweth her second Tony nomination.
Idina and I had so much fun. Our costumes were amazing, and we just made up our thing. We just had the best time ever. We did it in one day, and to be reunited with my sister was very, very special.
It was wonderful to be there, to get all the feels, to rehearse together, to somewhat echo our characters a little bit.
There's also fun cameos from the musical's composer and lyricist Stephen Schwartz as the guard who summons Elphaba and Glinda into the Wizard's Palace, and musical book writer Winnie Holtzman as an Ozian in One Short Day. They all make the most of their time on screen, Chenoweth and Menzel even paying homage to their original stage performances. Chenoweth's choreography recreates iconic Glinda wand mannerisms, and Menzel sings the finale riff of Defying Gravity that she made famous. To further honor the stage production, fans of the musical know the iconic moment in Defying Gravity when Elphaba lifts into the air with her broom and her black cape fans across the entire stage. This moment is depicted in the film as Cynthia Erivo's Elphaba escapes the clutches of the wizard and flies to her freedom in the penultimate scene. This took the production over 3 years to complete. There are a few musical cues throughout the film, like when we hear the Somewhere Over the Rainbow melody woven into The Wizard and I, or Follow the Yellow Brick Road in One Short Day. We also hear the orchestrations of For Good, the penultimate song in the stage musical where Elphaba and Glinda reflect on their friendship. As fans of The Wizard of Oz know, the wizard traveled to Oz from Nebraska via hot air balloon. We see many moments throughout the film teasing the wizard's favorite mode of transportation. Speaking of the wizard, remember this iconic line from The Wizard of Oz?
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain!
In the Wicked film, they honor that memorable line with a scene of the wizard dancing behind a curtain as he shows Elphaba and Glinda his vision for Oz's future in an all-new scene. This even includes the characters choosing to color the brick roads yellow. Whether you're a fan of the musical or have only ever seen The Wizard of Oz, there's something in Wicked for everyone. That's everything we caught watching Wicked. Let us know what we missed.